Hello and welcome to the Had an Idea podcast. He's Michael Mason.
He's Ben Coleman. Or is he? Yes, he is.
Oh, good. I'd be worried then. I'm questioning it myself.
Am I? Ben, when we were little, when we were children, because I know you're still quite little. When we were children, is there anything on television that scared you?
Well, I mean, we had Rolf Harris on TV.
It's quite frightening. Sorry to go off topic, but do you remember the last episode of Animal Hospital?
No.
I just remember a kitten died, and that's it. It's like,
well,
that's the end of the show. Bye.
Yeah, I think you go out on a high.
Yeah, you think, but no.
We saved all the animals.
Except this one.
And there'll never be any ill animals ever again.
Yeah.
So that's the only reason why we're going off here.
Yeah, that'd be perfect.
No, but in terms of TV shows, well, I remember one episode of Doctor Who scared me
Oh, I think I know that
a
one.
lot. Yeah, it's called The Empty Child.
The gas mask kid.
Yeah, well, it's like set during World War II, and it's this little, like 5-year-old kid with a gas mask. And what happened is a ambulance ship, like spaceship, crash landed on him.
Man, how unfortunate. I've been run over by an ambulance. Just walking down the street, minding business.
But there were these nanogenes inside that like repair the skin and repair the body. So they saw he was like dying or dead.
Ooh. Whoops. My bad, kid. We'll fix it. Don't worry.
And they tried to repair him, but because he had a gas mask on, they thought that's how the skin was, so it fused it to his face.
Ooh.
And then, so then if the kid touches anyone that happens to them, a gas mask comes and fuses their face. And then they're like sort of this hive mind, like the one mind. So it's like really scary, but it was just the idea of this kid, and like if he touched you, then you turn into him. That was really scary. And the only thing he said was, "Are you my mummy?" Because he's looking for his mum.
Yeah.
And like it's like I've said before, like with the naughty duck.
Yeah.
Like because he doesn't speak. It's so the less you say and the less you speak, I think it's sinister. So
we should probably explain who the naughty duck is.
Go back and listen to the episodes. We haven't got time to catch you all up. But so like because he only had the one phrase, it was quite scary. But what made it even scarier for me was the next day I went swimming because we had swimming lessons, and I was in the showers and this kid walked past with like these massive goggles and I go, "Mummy, Mummy," and I was like scared the hell out of me. But the episode was a 2-parter as well, and I couldn't watch the second episode. I think it was about 3 years before I plucked up the courage to watch it. Yeah.
Does the second episode live up to the first?
Oh yeah, and it's like a nice ending, nice happy ending.
Oh, well, that's good. I know that you skipped the happy ending for 3 years. You just terrified this child.
Yeah. I mean, it still scares me now when I watch it.
Oh, wow.
So what about you? Were you terrified?
Oh, Ben, when I was a kid, I loved to watch the scary shows. And to be honest, when I think of like what I watched as a kid, it's the scary stuff that holds up, I think.
Yeah.
Like, Are You Afraid of the Dark?
Yes, I am.
Turn the lights out. No, yeah, that was the show I used to watch. I don't know if I enjoyed it, because I was terrified of it. It's like, this is really scaring me.
But it's that thing though, when you're a kid you like being scared, don't you?
Yeah, that's true.
The ghost train and like...
Yeah. Mind you, I was scared of the ghost train. I was scared of everything as a kid. We had a book, I can't remember what it was, and it was like Guinness World Records or something. And there was a picture of Alf in there, Alf the alien. And I was terrified of Alf. Never watched Alf as a kid, but this picture just scared the hell out of me. This weird, freakish looking monster. who eats cats, I think, or something. Or...
Yeah, I had sort of similar on a film. I think it was The Witches. Is it that the one with the bald heads?
I think so, yeah.
Something like that. And I remember just sort of walking through the living room, seeing that, and
yeah,
scared. And I think Mum had a candle on as well, and it was like this weird smell.
Yeah,
just like a sensory overload, and I just
just freaked out. Pants shaking on the floor, convulsing. You know what? When I was a kid, because I have an older brother, considerably older brother. He's like 9 years older.
90.
Well, he's like 9 years older than me. So I shared a room with him. So when he was a teenager, of course, he wanted a TV in his own room. So he got one. But it did mean that me as a small child was,
had to watch what he watches.
Well, no, not really. It meant I was, because he was careful like what he watched. He didn't watch anything inappropriate around me. But when he was out and I just had the TV on my own, and it was late at night, I could just go through everything. And I remember
watching those naughty channels.
Well, I remember watching A Clockwork Orange, which is quite a graphic film, especially for the 70s. But me as a child, so there's like a couple of really harrowing rape scenes in there. And I, as a kid, I thought it was real. I didn't realise it's a film, it's all acting. I thought this is really happening, and it freaked me out for years.
Someone behind this box being raped.
Can't get to No, for years I thought, and it wasn't until I was older that I actually watched the film and realised what it was. I remember this! So,
that's weird, when you can't remember.
Yeah,
it's a film
and then
real
suddenly,
life.
But yeah, so that's what I watched as a kid. Clockwork Orange.
I remember we watched a film in school called Dead Man Walking, and it showed a man going under lethal injection, and then I think somehow he survives it. But yeah, that scared me quite a bit.
Ooh, that sounds... What a weird thing to watch at school.
Yeah. I don't know why we watched it. I can't even remember what class it was.
Was this secondary school?
Yeah, it must have been.
Oh, yeah.
I just think I don't think I was that scared.
It's quite. I do remember in secondary school we watched in religious education. We watched a video about abortion, and it showed an abortion being carried out. And
sounds like a sort of spin-off of About a Boy, about abortion. Like a sequel where he gets someone pregnant.
Oh, I want to see that. About abortion. A dark sequel.
Sorry, carry on.
Yeah, well, it was religious education, very religious, talking about this, and it was a very graphic video of abortion. It showed the fetus and everything, and it's like, oh, thanks, teacher, for that.
And then the teacher was arrested and taken away.
He said, now let us all pray.
Now let us pray I don't get arrested.
But it'd be like he turned back and realised it was the wrong video, so just sat there. Oh, God! Speaking of stuff we watched in secondary school, it was the last day of school, last day of term. And so people would bring DVDs in, and I brought in Hostel, which is a film about people being tortured. Quite a brutal film. And we had a substitute teacher who went, all right, popped it on, sitting there watching this film.
Thought you forgot there was kids in the class.
Yeah. Oh, man. But yeah.
Yeah, well, talking about inappropriate ideas, shall we move on to some of ours?
Let's do it.
Well, my anything idea is for a character.
Oh, okay.
And he's called Super John.
Okay, so either he's a superhero called John, or he's a regular guy who was bitten by a radioactive twig.
That's better than what I've got. But no, it's a guy called Robert.
Oh, okay.
And one day he wakes up and he's got superpowers.
Oh, as you do.
Yeah, and he doesn't know how he got them and doesn't really bother to find out. Because there's always an origin story, but what if you did, in real life, if you woke up with superpowers, you wouldn't go, oh, how did I get these?
Yeah.
Well, you probably wouldn't. But,
I do that when I wake up with an erection. How did I get this?
But if if you woke up with superpowers, what would you do?
I'd probably text you, to be honest.
Exactly.
But guess what?
You wouldn't go to a local laboratory and try and speak to the doctor.
I don't think there are any local laboratories.
No.
Go to the pharmacy. Excuse me, I have superpowers. You don't know why. You'll have to book an appointment.
Exactly. You gotta wait 3 weeks.
Yeah.
So he wakes up with powers and he accepts it. And he thinks, well, I should use these for good.
Yeah,
He's a superhero. But so he thinks, I need a superpower and superhero name.
Yes.
But the thing is, he's quite a shy guy, and he doesn't want to draw attention to himself. And he thinks, well, if I draw attention to myself, then all the bad guys will know who I am.
Yeah.
Not even in my super alias. And they'll come after me, whereas if I'm sort of stealthy about it and in the shadows,
a bit coy.
People, they won't know, and his family will be safe and whatnot. So he decides his superhero name will be Super John, because then they'll think it's a guy called John. And it's not, it's called Robert.
I like that, because you get that in kid shows, especially when there's someone's a superhero, or in Simpsons when Bart dresses up as a superhero, Bartman.
Bartman.
Yeah.
It's obvious.
Yeah, it's good. It's Super Ben.
Yeah.
Yes, and the Magnificent Mike.
Ah.
Make me sound like a magician. I will stop you with flowers. Ooh. Punch him. Distracted with card tricks. Knee him in the bollocks.
Hold my top hat.
Oh, a rabbit comes out of the top hat.
Oh, that'd be brilliant. Yeah. I'd love to see that. He's got like a sidekick rabbit.
Yeah.
Hides in the hat.
Oh, yeah.
And then if someone steals his hat, and then like the rabbit jumps out and picks him up.
Pulls him into the hat. Hat's just like rocking about.
Make a note of this.
I am, yeah. We'll do that. 2 ideas for the price of one.
I know.
I'm going to make a note of this.
So he decides to go out, but like I said, he doesn't want to draw attention to himself.
Yeah.
So instead of wearing like a cape and mask and that, he just wears like glasses and a fake moustache. And
like Groucho Marx.
Yeah.
Big fake nose.
And like maybe a wig or a hat, so people don't recognise it's him. He could put like spray tan on as well, like.
Yeah.
He'd have to wash it off every time.
Yeah.
But so then like he just goes about his day. If he sees someone being mugged, he's like, "Oh, quick, put the glasses on and the moustache." Yeah. That's easier than changing into a super suit.
A whole costume, yeah.
And then just put the wig on. And
you remind me of the film Super, which I'm sure you've seen with Ray Wilson and.
Yeah, he came and watched it with us, didn't he?
He did, yeah. He brought the DVD with him. That was lovely. That was a nice day. There's a bit where like he has an argument with a guy in a movie theatre line, and then he goes to his car and gets his costume on, and you see his arse sticking out the window.
Yeah, exactly. So this is.
Then he comes back with his costume on, and the guy's like, "I just saw you go to the car and change."
So maybe like he always wears like sort of trench coat or something, so then he can take it off. And he hasn't got super clothes, but he's got just like normal clothes that people won't recognise.
I like that.
It's a bit like Kick-Ass. It's taking superhero, like comic books and like superhero films, and thinking, well, in real life, what would you actually do?
Yeah.
Yeah, and then I thought as well, maybe like the finale is that his powers just disappear. Like he wakes up and they've gone. It's like, oh, I assume they'd be permanent. But...
Yeah. Oh, well, easy come, easy go.
Well, yeah, like because that's my thing. If you woke up and you could fly. And then, like, you test it for a while, and then once you're sort of confident it's going to stick, then you'd, like, start flying around in the sky. But
yeah.
You don't know how long it's going to last.
Just flying.
Yeah. Yes, you just drop. And, like, if you're, like, impervious to bullets, like, and people were shooting at it, and then suddenly it stopped and you got shot.
Yeah. Oh, God.
So,
it's interesting, because I remember reading something about how would superpowers actually work in real life, and... I think he's flying in the sky is not gonna. It's not gonna be good. Like there's a lot of difference in pressure. It's a lot colder in the air.
Yeah. Ooh, I put a cardigan on.
Superman in a cardigan. And flying like incredibly fast as well, and moving incredibly fast.
Oh mess up your inside.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, I've got heart conditions. If I ran fast, I'd be lying on the floor like.
Yeah. And someone said as well, if you had super strength, well, your bones would just break. Unless your bones were super strong as well. Then lift up like a car and just crush it.
As well, if you got super strength, like, there's got to be a level where, like, you can control it, because otherwise, like, if you like, hugged your wife and crushed it to death, or, like, picked up a glass and it just crashed.
Yeah.
You'd be terrified of going for a wee.
No, I'm not. I'm just like...
But, what about his villains? I haven't thought about that.
Ooh.
Would they be, like, regular people too, or...?
That's what I'm thinking, because if he's just a regular guy, then, who are the villains in real life, Like...
He's fighting corporate injustice.
Yeah, actually, he could fight the council.
Just walks in and punches council. Oh, what's that?
Let that be a lesson to you, evil doer. Flies out the window. What just happened? Oh.
He looks at his notebook. Oh, I got the wrong guy.
Comes back, sorry about it.
Meant to punch you. Why haven't we got insurance?
Oh, man. Oh. I quite like that idea of blurring the line between villain and regular person, though, because in comic books and, the films and TV and such, the villain is like a cartoony villain. Like Mr. Burns wants to block out the sun.
Yeah.
Someone's building a death ray to blow up the moon, stuff like that. It's not like someone who's just, they're not a nice person, but at the same time they are a father, they are a husband,
Yeah, and they haven't got superpowers. So maybe like they could build weapons, because they have to have gimmicks. That's what superhero villains do. Yeah. But then again, Super John hasn't got a gimmick.
No, he's just a bloke.
It'd be quite a boring show there, just like
Super John.
Like a builder who built a weapon.
Yeah.
Oh no, it's Terrence.
Oh, Terrence.
Not really unintimidating names. But yeah, so maybe it's just people who build stuff, and also like people who are mugging. Or,
people who build stuff. I built a swing set for the children. You son of a...
Sharp corners. Look, this could happen to you. Or maybe like people who like muggers and like people who are bullying kids and stuff.
Yeah, piece of a small child. But yeah, like you hear stuff about injustices in court, drunk drivers getting away with.
Yeah.
So I think Super John would be there to just beat them up.
Yeah.
Because what can you do if they can't go to prison? What are you going to do?
Ghostbusters. He could do it. Oh, I was going to say he could do a TV advert, but he wants to low profile.
Yeah. I'm John. I will beat up anyone you ask me to. No questions asked.
Sounds like a hitman.
Oh.
I really hate injustice, like where it's, when you're right and you're trying to tell someone they won't accept it, and like everyone believes them, and like, no, but I'm right. Like, I've got visual proof. I've got evidence that I'm right, and you're still. Yeah. And they
gaslight.
No, we'll go with this idea. It's like, that sort of stuff annoys me as a designer. Like when and sort of injustice where people get, like you said, get away with stuff. That annoys me. So maybe he's just like that.
Like Super John could beat up Gary Glitter.
Yeah,
couldn't he? I think everyone can get behind that. Yeah. But yeah, I like Super John.
Oh, well, I'm glad.
I'm glad you're glad.
He likes you too.
Hey!
Until you commit crime.
Oh, jeez. Oof. He's littering.
Maybe his powers come and go as well.
Oh!
like I said, they disappear and he goes, oh, well, that was a good thing. And then a few days later, we go, oh, I've got him again.
What if they go while he's in the middle of like...
Yeah, I think that's it. They should just be temporary, but for irregular periods of time.
He's fighting a guy and suddenly he's... Oh. Please don't hurt me too badly. Oh yeah, and then John gets beaten. A few days later, he comes back. Like, remember me?
Yeah, it's like a vicious cycle.
Yeah.
He creates the enemy.
Yeah. Oh, I like that. Oh, that's super, John. So you say a character. What media would he appear in? Would it be a comic?
It could be, yeah, I suppose it could start as comic book and then like TV. I imagine it could be like a sort of sitcom.
Yeah.
It's quite a silly premise and that.
Yeah.
Film.
Super John the movie.
Ooh. And then
It's actually a courtroom drama.
yeah, his biggest case. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so I think like a comic book or a sitcom would be good, or a cartoon, a kid's cartoon.
Yeah. Man, it seems quite. Mind you, I've painted it in quite a violent light. He's like punching children and people who drop litter.
It could, because like kids watch superhero shows and they think like, oh, I could get superpowers one day. It teaches them like the sort of realistic view of them.
Yeah.
Well, actually, if I get them, I best be responsible.
Yeah.
And not take advantage.
With great power comes great responsibility.
And with great power comes great electricity bills.
Yeah, very good. Yeah.
So yeah, that's Super John.
Super John, I like it.
And now it's over to Super Mike for his idea.
My name really isn't Mike, actually. Well, my idea is, you know what, it might already exist.
Oh.
But it's an idea for a podcast.
Oh, they had an idea podcast.
It is, actually. Does it already exist?
Meta.
My idea is for this show. It's a true crime podcast, but it's to do with celebrity crimes.
Oh.
So I've got some examples. Well, there's a couple of famous ones. The Tate murders.
Oh,
for
yes.
instance, Sharon Tate.
Oh, not in the Tate Gallery.
No. Oh, if she was murdered in the Tate Gallery.
Yeah.
Oh, that's just blown my mind. But yeah, the Tate murders.
Crushed by a pallet of Tate and Lyle sugar. Tate, Gilden Tate, my Tate. It's almost like we planned this. Sorry, carry on. You're talking about a serious topic.
Yeah, the murder of an innocent woman. You know the Sharon Tate story, don't you? She was murdered by Charles Manson's family.
Oh, yeah.
Their plan was to start a race war, which was inspired by the song Helter Skelter. Because that's what I immediately thought of when I heard that song, was race war. You know? Well, there's that. There's the murder of Lana Clarkson by Phil Spector.
Oh, yes, I've heard he was a murderer.
Yes, he was. Very influential musician, producer, but also a murderer.
Yeah.
Yes. And, of course, Tupac and Biggie Smalls. But I've got one here for you, Ben.
Oh.
Quite a little-known case.
Oh, the murder of a dwarf.
Oh, if only it was, then. But it's not. It's the case of Violet Lang Davis.
Oh.
Now, I've told you about this before. And I've told you about Margaret Rutherford, the British actress. She was a comedy actress in like the 50s, 60s, 70s.
Yes.
Towards the end of her life, she was diagnosed with Alzheimer's. I got my phone, by the way. Reading this off my phone. She was diagnosed with Alzheimer's, and her husband, Stringer Davis, he was looking after her, throughout her illness. But of course, it got quite hard, so he hired help. A nurse by the name of Violet Lang Davis, no relation. Anyway, Margaret Rutherford died at the age of 80. But Stringer Davis, the husband, he was in ill health himself, so he kept her on. Violet Davis, by the way, she was a down-on-her-luck former aspiring soprano.
Yeah, they all say
So anyway, after Margaret Rutherford died, she stayed on to look after Stringer
Margaret
Davis.
Rutherford stayed on. I shall look after you in my ghost form. Woo! To be honest, that's not helping my heart.
Margaret Rutherford died, and Violet stayed on to help Stringer. But she wanted to marry him. She had her eyes on getting his fortune.
Yeah, this sounds dodgy.
I should point out she was in her 60s while he was in his 70s, so it's not like she's...
Not Viola Davis. Violet Davis.
Violet Davis. I think she was
why would you hire like a
60-year-old? She might have been a bit younger, I'm not sure. But she wasn't a spring chicken.
Can you clean the curtains? Oh no, I can't get up there. No.
I think I'll have to hire someone. Hire a 50-year-old.
Just keep hiring like slightly younger.
All we need now is a little kid to come around and mow the garden. All these old people in this house. Oh man.
Can you cut up my steak? Yes. Can you cut up mine?
The plate just gets passed down the table. The one guy cuts it, then he'll pass me back.
Oh, I've got your tablets mixed up with mine.
Again. So anyway.
Oh, we should do that, right? A show about, or a sitcom about like an old lady who's hired as a helper. She's useless and they have to have her.
Oh, I like that actually. But anyway. So Violet, she wanted to marry Stringer Davis.
Oh.
However, he died.
Oh, dude, that's not good if you want to marry someone.
It's not really if they're dead.
No.
So he left everything to his wife, Margaret Rutherford.
But she's dead.
She's already dead.
I leave everything to your ghost.
Ooh.
Did they like put the car in the grave?
Well, this will was made before she died,
okay.
and he didn't have a chance to amend it. So the couple's estate went to Stringer Davis's first cousin, Lieutenant Colonel William James Davis.
That's
a well close. It is.
My name's Lieutenant Colonel William. Stringers, like.
Stringers, yeah.
I'm stringing this, my brother Lieutenant.
So, it all went to him. So, Lang, who I'm going to call her Violet.
Yeah, you started confusing me.
Sorry, Katie Lang was also in
Chinese personality in the old lady.
Violet, she stood to receive nothing. So she
should have sat down.
Can I get through this? It's going to take ages to get through this story. She then unlawfully sold a number of Rutherford and Davis's possessions, Ben.
Ooh.
And she produced a forged will
Oh.
that said that Stringer left everything to her. So, and to explain the disappearance of the sold items, Violet claimed that a burglary had taken place. Quite, you know.
I tried to stop them, but I'm quite old. By the time I put my teeth in, there we go.
Come here, you. There we go. So, eventually, it all came out that she'd taken
the teeth came out. Sorry.
Right.
Come in my mouth.
So you should. So eventually, it all came out that she'd stolen the stuff. She'd forged the will. So she was arrested. 63 years old. She was arrested and remanded in custody prior to a trial in 1975. However, she did not appear for the trial.
Did she die before?
She didn't.
Oh.
A warrant for her arrest was issued, but was never executed. In 1985, it was thought that Violet Lang Davis was still at large. She's probably not now, though, considering.
Probably dead now.
Yeah. Well, in 85, she'd have been 73, so. But yeah, that is a celebrity crime story.
Sounds interesting. It's good because a lot of like the true crime podcasts are just like random. Well, not random, but notorious criminals.
Yeah.
Whereas celebrities, people like celebrities. So
yeah, exactly.
More likely to listen.
Yeah.
So when you said celebrity true crime podcast, I thought you meant like celebrities hosting it.
Ah.
Like just a different celebrity each week.
Oh.
Got like Stacey Solomon, and then he was killed. Oh my god.
Arnold Schwarzenegger hosting a show.
And then they tortured him and killed him with a gun. Oh my god. Oh no, you're scaring me.
Schwarzenegger and Stacey Solomon is in the same room. Oh man, it's like when you watch the Graham Norton show, and it's got Robert De Niro and then Greg Davies next to each other. Yeah. But that's my idea. Celebrity true crime.
Yeah.
Not necessarily all murders and such.
Would it be a celebrity hosting it, or would it just be a random civilian?
A random civilian off the street. You.
Or would you host it?
Oh, we could host it.
Oh, I've been dragged into it now.
Well, if you want to.
Yeah. Only if I could do it in the voice of Stacey Solomon.
No, it has to be Arnold Schwarzenegger or nothing.
That's what a lot of movie studios. It has to be Arnie or nothing.
when the director asks for Stacey Solomon.
I think Chicken Run. We don't want Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Arnold Schwarzenegger should be in Chicken Run again. Stacey Solomon is the Terminator.
Oh, I'll be back.
Oh,
can't even remember what she says. Like, she's got that sort of quivering.
Yeah.
Oh.
Stacey Solomon, if you're out there, get in touch.
We'll get our Ouija board here.
If you're out there, Stacey. What do we do with this? We got our turntables.
It would be cool if we could have rigged it so that glass just slid.
Oh, we'll do that for the Halloween episode.
Yeah. Get a Ouija board.
Yeah. Margaret Rutherford.
Violet Davis, are you there? You'd have to speak up, Liv.
Oh man. Well, that's my idea.
Yes. Sounds like a good idea, and maybe Super John could go after the criminal.
Oh, 73-year-old woman. Super John. Put your teeth back in so I can punch you out.
Oh, I'd love to see that. And you know what else I'd love?
Ooh, what's that?
To hear some more ideas.
After this break.
So as we said, our big idea category for this week is TV show.
It is.
So Mike, have you got a TV show for us?
No.
Oh.
Thanks for watching. No, I do. I do, as it happens. And it's something that we were talking about some time ago with our friend Laura.
Oh.
Shout out to Harvey, by the way. And Ben, what are you wearing?
Hey.
The Shout out to Harvey t-shirt. You can get yours now on the website.
Yeah.
But anyway, I digress. So we're talking about, there's not a lot of wholesome TV shows, and like we're talking about feel-good films and how they very seldom feel good.
Should be called Feel Bad Film.
Yeah. Well, I did talk about... Sorry to go on a rant here, folks, but I did talk about Slumdog Millionaire, which I actually finally got around to watching just a couple of years ago. And it's a film about a guy being tortured.
Yeah,
it's a really horrible film. And on the cover it says, the feel-good hit of the year. Christ, what a depressing year that must have been.
I think the feel-good comes from, he's overcome all that. But it's not... You don't feel good watching it.
No, you watch
5 minutes of feel good at the end.
Yeah, that doesn't really, But I have an idea for a TV show, which I did mention. It is a feel-good TV show, which I did mention to you, and I mentioned it to Laura. And it's a TV show based on Goodnight, Mr. Tom.
I like that film.
It is a good film.
And the book.
I haven't actually read the book.
The book's better than the film.
I've heard that. I've never actually read the book myself, though.
Yeah, I'll get it you for your birthday.
Oh, thank you. I'll read it to myself. Out loud on the bus.
Doing all the voices. Hello there, Willie. Hello, Mr. Tom.
I wouldn't even look at the book. I just memorise it. I think that guy's got split personalities. And they're all cool with each other. So, what it's about. So, Mr. Tom, sadly, is not in the show.
Oh, so it's actually related to Goodnight, Mr. Tom.
Yeah, it's inspired by it rather than... Well, I say inspired. It's based on it. It's about the same characters.
Inspired by which I mean we use all the same characters.
But this is focuses on William, who is now in his 20s, and it's...
William Beach?
I don't know.
I think that's his name.
Is that his name?
Yeah.
Sounds like a nice place to visit.
I think so. I was hoping you'd make note of it too.
Oh.
Yeah.
I'll make it a William Beach. or William for short. And the show's set at the end of the 50s, going into the 60s. We're past the Second World War. He's now in his 20s.
Oh.
And so the whole point of the show is nothing major happens. This isn't like, there's an unexploded bomb at the farm. And they're all going to die.
Yeah.
No, it's a very nice, relaxing show. Very slow, very calming. It's got drama, of course. But nothing serious. It's light drama. Like, another show I complain about is called The Midwife. Which is supposed to be like a feel-good, happy thing. It's about babies dying, essentially, you know. So there's nothing like that. It's all very, very calm, very nice, very relaxing.
I like that.
Yeah, like Father Brown. Even though it's about murder, it's still, very light-hearted,
The thing I like about you, Father Brown, is even though there's loads of murders, it's still nice and friendly.
But you know what I mean. The main story would be about a horrific murder, but then the side plot would be about Mrs. McCarthy can't get a cake to rise, something like that.
Full of innuendos. I just can't get it to rise.
Been trying to get it up all morning. So there'd be comedy in there as well. I don't know what the show would be called actually.
He's dead.
No, I'm talking about the Goodnight Mr. Tom TV show, not... So...
Maybe like, Good Morning Mr. Tom? I know, because you're not in it, so you can't...
Yeah. Morning.
Who is this Tom that they...
They'd reference him, obviously.
Is he, like, dead now, or is he...
In the story, yes, he's dead. In real life, he's dead as well, I should point out.
Well, in real life, he's a fictional character.
Well, yes, that is true. Although the actor who played him... sadly is dead. But it'd be a sort of thing where William looks fondly back on his time with Mr. Tom, because Mr. Tom saved him, essentially.
Yeah.
So, like I said, there'd be comedy in there. Like, Heartbeat.
Heartbeat.
Why do you miss when my baby kisses? Anyway.
Yeah, now I don't know. Yeah, I know.
It's set in like in Yorkshire. It's like a cop drama for any young people who don't watch it.
And any Americans?
Actually.
We'd say police drama.
Yes, we would. Yeah, actually.
It's one of those police dramas.
But... in that there's elements of comedy, like, all Greengrass, and he's always up to his crazy get-rich-quick schemes, or what's he doing this week? That you'd have that in it. Like,
do you mind, Mr. Greengrass? He's really murdered you. Stop measuring his shoes.
Trying to get a dead guy's shoes. What a police take that. Get out of his shoes. But you get characters like that in these shows, like Doc Martin with your favourite actor.
Ian McNeice.
Yes, he'll be in it with his...
Yeah, so that's a similar tone to that. Because that's not sort of life-threatening... Well, I suppose it is, 'cause it's hospital.
Yeah.
But like, it's not... Like, oh my God, there's someone being shot.
It's not like, one of the main characters has got cancer and the next 3 episodes are about them slowly dying. So, heartbeat.
Yeah, that's like quite a wholesome...
Yeah.
A fun look at rural life.
Yeah. And so, you'd have that, and there'd have to be romance in there. William is, after all, eligible.
Illiterate.
He's illiterate. He's an eligible bachelor. A young man.
Oh, I just thought, because he had a friend, Zach... Didn't he? But doesn't he die?
He does die.
I would have liked to have seen him. Because wasn't he Jewish or something? He was...
Yes, he was, yeah.
I've got a good memory for this story. And there's a teacher. A nice teacher as well.
He was a nice teacher. I was thinking maybe William could be a teacher.
Oh.
Following in her footsteps.
Yeah. And that would be good, because he couldn't read or write, could he?
Yeah. And now, thanks to Mr. Tom and thanks to this friendly town...
Yeah,
that he lives in.
At the Mr. Tom Primary School.
Yeah. Mr. Tom. What a name. What is his first name?
Mr.
I thought, like, Mr. was just his title. His last name, Tom. Maybe his first name's Tom. He invented sat-navs.
Yeah, I can't remember what his last name was. No, I like the sound of this. I'd like to watch that. I can imagine like older generation watching it.
Yeah, it's definitely more for old people. But I'm thinking as well if we can aim it towards younger people, because you see a lot on people suffering with anxiety, people with these things.
Yeah, you could like do that sort of social issues and like mental health stuff.
Yeah, so this is just a nice, calm show just to watch and you feel nice about, feel good about.
Yeah, apart from the episode where they look at depression. And you go away and go, oh, why did I watch this?
Well, there'd be none of that, Ben. There'd be none of that in this show. All nice, happy stuff.
I've got depression, miss. Well, I've none of that.
There are plenty of shows.
I know what you mean.
Dealing with that. There are times you watch the telly and in the credits there's always a voiceover saying, if you've been affected by any of the, But that is my idea.
I like it. And if you've been affected by any of the issues that Mike's brought up.
Yeah, actually, there's been quite a few. Would you like to be in the Goodnight Mr. Tom show?
Yes.
Yeah. Yes.
I'd like to be like this sort of comic relief character, though. I wouldn't want to play like a main, because I'm not a proper actor. I'd like to be, maybe we could be like the guys who run the post box. Post box? The post box?
It's such a small town, we have one post box.
Just a man standing next to a post box like with a book of stamps.
Try to buy one.
But like maybe we could run the shop, like or the butchers or something like that. You're the owner and I'm the incompetent apprentice.
I think you'd be great as the postman, actually. Go around on your little bike.
In my little shorts.
Yeah. Ow. Pulling them up slow.
Thing is, I can't ride a bike though, so we wouldn't be able to have any scenes of me riding.
You could roll it to a still. Your legs just dangling.
That's a clever workaround. You never actually see me riding.
Yeah. So sitting on it. Hello. And then you're gone.
Are you gonna go then? Yeah, in a minute.
Maybe William could ride a bike around town, because that's another thing from...
Yeah, because he rides the bike.
Yeah. I know at the end of the film he finally learns to ride the bike. And
he does that really unconvincing, yeah!
Yeah! Oh, man. So, I won't go into who could play William, because I don't know any young British actors. Maybe we can find a hot new talent out there.
Oh, hot new babe. Play the teacher.
Play William. I've changed in the last few years. But there it is. That's my idea.
I like it very, very much.
Do you like it?
We ask the viewer.
Yes. So, Ben, what is your TV idea?
Well, my TV idea is similar to you, actually, going back in time to the old show.
The olden days.
Yeah, back in the day. Back in the war. Because you remember the 60s Batman show, don't you?
I do, yes. It's a great show.
Yeah, and that sort of spring launch.
Zap. Pow. Yeah.
We'll put the graphics on the screen.
Please
That'll
do.
look great.
Actually, yeah.
And because that was quite popular.
Yeah.
And that sort of launched Batman into the pop culture.
Mm.
And there were similar shows like Wonder Woman. With
in what, the 70s, 80s, I think it was.
Yeah. And The Flash with John Wesley Shipp, I want to say.
I have no idea. I value our Wesley Shipp. I do want to point out as well, to younger viewers who may be watching this who don't really understand the impact of the 60s Batman. When they did the 80s version with Michael Keaton, everyone thought, no, that's not going to work. It's, with the movie.
Too serious.
They thought it was too dark because Batman was this colourful, brightly, like over the hammy acting type thing. And
like the Wonder Woman, I think, was a bit similar, and
it was very light-hearted.
Yeah, and the Flash one, I think that was the 90s, so the graphics weren't that good. But it was like more of a drama. But I thought, what if we did a spin-off of the 60s Batman, where it's Batman and Friends? Because there's loads of DC characters.
Okay.
And like you could have like the Linda Carter. Obviously, we can't do it now because they're all too old.
Yeah. Well, Adam West, I'm pretty sure he's dead now. Yeah.
So like you could have like the old Wonder Woman coming in, and the old Flash, and like to do the Justice League.
So this is kind of like how today they have like the cinematic universe, the extended universe.
Exactly.
But this is like the 60s style.
Camp comedy.
Yeah, I like it.
So effectively, we could sort of reboot the Batman, but with Batman and Friends, and do it in a different actors but similar style, where it's sort of campy and low budget.
Yeah.
And then, like you've got Superman, he could be in it as well. Aquaman.
Ooh, Aquaman.
Green Arrow would be in it.
Oh, I want to see how like a 60s Green Arrow would look.
Yeah, because he'd have like the Robin Hood hat.
Yeah, exactly.
It'd look cool. And that's the thing, like Aquaman, like the sort of short blonde hair and the bright orange top.
Yeah.
Like that'd look weird now. But it'll be fun.
Like even when they did the Superman films, oh god, how many years ago now? And they gave him that ugly brown cape.
Yeah.
He just dropped his cape in the mud puddle. Instead of like the brightly coloured red and blue.
Yeah, and the Christopher Reeves, the classic.
Yeah.
So, and then,
I like this.
Like, cause obviously now there's sort of new characters, like Harley Quinn, my favourite character.
Yeah.
So that we could see what she would be like in the 60s.
Yeah, 60s version of Harley Quinn.
They did actually do a comic, because they did a short run comic of 60s Batman, and they had Harley Quinn in there.
Oh, wow, okay.
And she's like a diner girl, like in
perfect. With like roller skates. Yeah. I like that.
So she could be like that.
Yeah. I like this.
And maybe like villains from other DC characters come in there too.
Yeah, I'll have to admit I'm not as well versed with DC as I am with Marvel.
No. Well, I think, because of the MCU at the moment, people know more about Marvel. But this could be a chance for DC to get back.
I was just thinking that because we saw the recent Batman film with what's his name, the vampire kid,
Robert Pattinson.
Robert Pattinson, I think he played Edward in the Twilight films. I don't know why I know that, but I don't know.
You think air quotes.
This is what popped in my head. Edward vampire.
You got a poster on your wall.
Stroke his face every
Good night, Robert.
Good night, Edward. But like they did that film and they tried to make it like grittier and darker than The Dark Knight, which they tried to make grittier and darker than the 80s one. I think
it's the thing, they're all going dark and gritty.
Yeah, trying to out-grit each other. If you went the opposite way and just went back to the, sort of camp. Yeah.
That'd be cool.
Could you get like the villains as well, like Egghead and
and the Trickster.
Trickster,
played by Mark Hamill.
Of course, yeah.
And from The Flash.
And
that Clock King. Oh, Condiment King.
Ah, you need Condiment King.
Imagine that these days.
A bottle of Batman just saying.
So they did Gotham, which was like the TV show, like the really dark, gritty, and they brought in like Clock King, but they made him like really cool, and there's a few others like of the silly ones, but they made him cool.
Like Humpty Dumpty and.
But I don't think they did Condiment King.
Oh,
so that would have been like
Condiment King's the best. The guy who squirts mustard on people.
Well, they did like Polka Dot Man in the Suicide Squad.
Yeah.
They've shown we can do it, but I think just pull them right out of the comic books, like the classic comic books, and make them fun.
Yeah.
Especially as a kids show. So.
Yeah, I was going to say, well, they do that with the Marvel films. They I'd admit I don't really watch the Marvel.
Yeah, not so much anymore.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Because after Guardians of the Galaxy, they did Thor Ragnarok, and that was a completely different from the first Thor film. It was like really like comedic.
Yeah.
And with the
terrible.
Yeah. But that's sort of the thing they were following.
Yeah. Which is a good idea. Yeah.
With the like the Marvel films, like the Incredible Hulk, they in the original 80s, 70s, 80s TV series, they did like a few movies, and one of them had Thor in it, another one had Daredevil.
I remember seeing some of them.
Yeah. It's like, could you do something like that as well with Marvel?
Yeah.
Like, do you remember the, I think 70s or 80s Spider-Man where he could fly and he shot ropes at people? Like, could you have him in there as well? With,
Did you see the Japanese one as well?
Yes.
Might have been that.
Yeah, it might have been.
It had nothing to do with Spider-Man. It's more like Power Rangers.
Because there was an American one in the 70s, and I had a VHS of it.
Yeah, I did. I remember that. I loved that.
Yeah, not the cartoon.
No, the live action one.
The live action one where he's like fighting like gangsters
Yeah.
and stuff. Yeah. And they did make it like a bit more light-hearted, but you could have that sort of style.
Yeah.
That, the costumes of the time. Like, especially with Incredible Hulk, where it's just like Lou Ferrigno just painted green.
Yeah. Exactly, just like really low budget, but sort of on purpose.
Yeah. And to be fair, Incredible Hulk was a great show.
Yeah.
Like, and the sad walking away music at the end.
But if they did it like sort of low budget costumes, but then higher budget effects, that would be quite interesting.
Yeah.
Then like it looked like he was actually flying rather than
not
just going up vertically on a roof.
Yeah.
But like she said about Marvel, because they've rebooted the X-Men 97 cartoon.
Yes.
So it shows that people want that sort of brightly coloured,
that kind of retro, nostalgic.
So now's the time
absolutely
to bring it out. And of course, then we could have the theme tune back.
Yeah.
Batman and friends.
Oh man, yeah. I like it.
So yeah, that's my idea. So those are 2 TV shows we want to see. And in the meantime, we're going to think of some more ideas.
You know what? We need to get the randomizer up.
Yeah, let's go randomise a Lumen and get it up. It's a little in-joke, unless you watch the outtake video.
Ooh, can I get a drum roll? Very sexy drum. It is invention.
Ooh, invention.
There it is, invention. If you don't believe me, there it is. Invention.
Yes, we got to come up with an invention for next week. So while we're doing that, you can follow us on Instagram at Ben and Mike Idea, on TikTok Ben and Mike Idea, YouTube search Ben and Mike and Idea Podcast, and our website benandmike.co.uk. I will see you next time. See you then. Bye. The Had an Idea podcast was created by Ben Coleman and Michael Mason. The title music was Panama Hat by Audio Nautics. Thanks for listening.